My name is Troy Nixon, and I'm here to help you grow your coaching business without driving yourself into the ground with stress and confusion. Today's topic is going to be about now finding out what the priority is within your business. A lot of the time I hear the questions of, oh, should I prioritize this or prioritize that? There's a few reasons why we might ask ourselves that question, but we're going to dive into it on here, some of the challenges, problems, and also solutions to find the answer to these questions. From experience, what I found is that when people say, what should I prioritize? In their mind, they almost mean, what can I do? And then almost forget about the rest. But the reality of running your own business is that everything is a priority. And if you don't feel like you've got the time or energy to actually cover all bases and spin all the plates at once, that tells us that something needs to change. So first and foremost, one of the areas you might now need to look into is, are you distracted? Do you lack clarity? And are you having fear in some element which is preventing you from doing the work, essentially? Because like I say, every single thing is going to be a priority. It's not a case of now doing this and almost forgetting about the rest or forgetting about a certain task. It's not now doing content and letting another area like service to clients slip. They all need to be now balanced all at once. So again, just determining why these things aren't happening or why you feel like you can't prioritize everything, because again, everything is a priority. This is now down to potentially lack of clarity on what to do. This can be now down to just pure distractions, myself included, just spending an hour at a time scrolling, and the next thing you know, it's maybe been a couple of hours. And then finally, the fear. What you're now potentially afraid of actually moving forwards and excelling into that area through fear of failure or fear of success. Secondly, now, based on actually prioritizing things, which essentially just means putting the first thing at the beginning of the week or the beginning of the day, and then having everything else done after that, which is less of a priority, not letting it slip or letting it just not be done, essentially. This is now based upon the challenges you're currently facing with the business and or the objectives you're actually going to be aiming for. So for example of this is, if financially you're not doing very well, the priority there, the first thing when you've got the most energy and time within a day, is going to be now generating new sales. And the second is retention. If you've got clients leaving you left, right and center, the first protocol for the day is reaching out, doing check-ins, improving the service, and so on and so forth. Finally, the third thing you can now do to actually generate more time and energy back, if those first two have been ticked, if you have overcome any fears, any clarity, any distractions, if you've also now identified the challenges and objectives, but you still don't feel like you've got time and energy to prioritize and you sort of letting things slip, the final thing to do is now it's a 3-step process. Make a list of all the things that you now actually do day to day, week to week within the business, and then ask yourself the question, where can I now automate, delegate, or eliminate part of this process? That then will actually create more time, more energy for you to then actually do the important things that you need to do. At High Performance Coach, we call it the 10p, £10 and £100 tasks. If you're not spending a lot of your time on 10p tasks, for example, editing reels that don't actually require you to be doing that, that could be handed off to someone on Fiverr or just any media person that you can hire. That would be a 10p task that you can hand over, because again, it doesn't need you to be there. The £100 tasks though are where you specifically need to be there, and that's where you want to focus. So automate, delegate, and or eliminate. That will then eradicate most of the 10p tasks. You're not being caught up in the ones again that you don't actually require you to be there. So that would be the 3 points that I would consider: making sure you aren't distracted, you haven't got fear towards something, and also that you actually got clarity on what it is you're doing. The second is then identify any challenges and objectives to create the direction you are going into and make sure it's the right tasks. And then finally, automate, delegate, and or eliminate to make sure that you are now prioritizing your tasks. But just remember, running your own business is difficult and everything is a priority, especially client service and especially marketing. So making sure that these things are always at the top of mind. The things that can at times be sort of left to the wayside and forgotten about are the tasks that don't have an impact if they aren't done. So I hope this helps. Any comments on things that you struggle with at this moment in terms of time and energy, let me know. And of course, any content you want to see in here, please let me know. I appreciate you.